Hello everyone. Today in this video I'm going to discuss on what are the topics that are needed to be concentrated for your examination point of view of the subject called soil mechanics. So in this video I will be discussing on unit wise important topics, short answer questions, long answer questions, and as well as like and some questions like the twisted kind of questions. What kind of twisted kind of questions will be asked, then and few points which will be helpful for you for the preparation and for attempting your final examinations. So let us proceed with the slides now. So let us start with the unit 1. So from your university, as per your university curriculum point of view, we have 5 units. So with the first unit, which is introduction and index properties of soil. So the topics which are very essential for the concentration for your exam point of view are like definitions on some of the parameters like specific gravity, then specific gravity, degree of saturation, water content, void ratio, porosity, and saturated density, and some of the mass volume relationships. So these questions may be asked repeatedly. And other important topic is like he may ask you questions in such a way that define what is consistency limits, or sometimes he may ask you this question as Atterberg limits, what are different Atterberg limits and all. And next important topic which is very important is IS classification of soil, or it is also called as Indian Standard Classification of Soil. Next topic is on derivation of very famous equation and very important equation, which is E is equals to WG by S, and some few other equations which are very similar to this kind of equation, which are using some of the common parameters like in terms of density, in terms of unit weight, or in terms of void ratio, equations which are in terms of porosity, and few others like that. And very important from unit 1 is concentration on the, you need to concentrate more on the problems on mass volume relationships especially, then consistency limits, then indices, some of the indices like your plasticity index, shrinkage index, and index related to it, flow index. All these indices are very important. And the very important topic is relative density. Okay, and these are the topics which you need to concentrate more for your examination point of view. And if you can concentrate on these topics, so you will be able to answer any question given in your examination. So as you will be thorough with these topics, so these topics also relate some of the other like other points, other important topics. Okay, so you will be thorough with those also. And one thing you need to concentrate is some of the generalized question will be asked from this unit, as it is a first unit, and it has some basic properties and basic concepts in it. So they obviously you may get a generalized question asking you that what are the importance of studying this subject in civil engineering point of view, or what are the applications of this subject in various civil engineering fields. And some of the important like generalized questions like what is the significance of learning this subject, what are different index properties, engineering properties, list out some of these properties, and why do you need that this subject is essential, what is block diagram, what do you mean by three-phase diagram. All these are the very small questions and generalized questions which would be asked. So these questions also you need to be thorough, because these are very not so important topics. So you are very thorough, very well thorough with these subjects, these units, these topics. So I don't think so you need to take concentrate more time on preparing on those generalized questions. So basically you need to concentrate on these first first 5 points which I have listed just now. So this is about your first unit. It's moving on with the second slide, which shows Unit 2. So your Unit 2 consists of two chapters. Chapter 1 is permeability, Chapter 2 is effective stress and seepage through soils. So if you see the permeability part, you can see that the important topics which you need to consider is the factors which are affecting permeability and laboratory methods, especially the falling head method, because the falling head method consists of some derivational and mathematical equations are there. So you need to concentrate more on falling head method. Sometimes it is also called as variable head method. Okay, so derivation part you need to concentrate here. Next important topic is field methods for permeability. Okay, so you have various field methods, among which pumping out method is very important. Next topic is about permeability in stratified soil deposits, or it also sometimes called as layered soil deposit. So you may get an example problematic question asking you to find out what is the coefficient of permeability along the horizontal plane and along the vertical plane. So you should be able to solve it. Next important topic is on he may ask you a question asking you explain what is Darcy's law, or sometimes a 2-mark question may be asked what is Darcy's law, state Darcy's law. Okay, so and sometimes this Darcy's law question may be asked in such a way that explain the principle of permeability. So obviously we get the principle of permeability by using Darcy's law. So one and the same, both questions are one and the same. Okay, and another very important topic in your permeability chapter is definition, or what is seepage velocity and problems related to it. Seepage velocity is very important topic, need to be considered in your permeability chapter, right? So this question may be asked for 2 marks. Okay, so these are the topics which you need to concentrate more for your examination point of view from this chapter called permeability. Next, coming to the second chapter in your unit 2, the topics like definition of effective stress, pore water pressure, or sometimes pore water pressure is also called as neutral pressure, or sometimes it is also simply called as water pressure. So some small definitions may be asked, asking you define effective stress or neutral pore water pressure. So this may be asked for 2 marks question. And the next important topic is problems on capillarity action and with and without groundwater table. Okay, so problems evaluating what is the effective stress on some so and so conditions, and that conditions in that conditions they may have a groundwater table or they may not mention the groundwater table, and sometimes they may ask you to find out the effective stress by the presence of capillarity action, or it is also called as capillarity fringe. And sometimes you may be asked a question on effective stress with a standpipe connected to it. So standpipe will be given on the along the every bottom of each layer. Okay, and they may ask you directly what is the effective stress for those soil profile. So in that way also they may give you a question. And one small thing you need to consider here is a twisted question may be asked in this chapter, asking you that asking you to find out the effective stress by giving you 1 layer of soil deposit or 2 layers of soil deposit, and in those 2 layers of soil deposit they may give you some of the parameters like E value, S value, G value, and he will not mention your unit weight of that particular soil layer, and without giving the unit weight of the soil layer he may give you directly what is E value, S value and G value, and by those parameters you need to determine unit weight, gamma value, then you need to determine the effective stress of that particular soil profile. If it is 1 layer or 2 layer soil profile, and sometimes you also be careful that figures will not be given. So in the question only he will describe everything. So you should understand the question properly and draw the figure, and from the figure you need to determine the effective stress. And sometimes a question may be given like every parameter directly given, like unit weight also be given directly, and he may ask you to find out effective stress and Also he may ask you to draw the stress distribution, effective stress distribution along the vertical axis. So you need to be thorough with the diagram part also. You should draw the diagram neatly showing you the variations of the effective stress, total stress. If groundwater table is present, that variation separately. So likewise a question may be asked. So in this point I only suggest that you need to be thorough with the different conditions of the soil profile and different conditions of the problematic part. Next, coming to the next part of the topic is seepage through soil. From the seepage through soil, only two important questions which are repeatedly asked, like your characteristics and uses of flow net. Simply a 2 marks question may be asked asking you what is flow net and what are its uses. And if in case for your long answer question he may ask you what are the characteristics, what is flow net, what are its uses, what are its application, all those things may be asked. And sometimes, very rarely, they may give you a problem asking you what is based on this number of flow lines and equipotential drops, the hydraulic gradient or coefficient of permeability and coefficient of discharge may be asked from this topic called flow net. Very rarely. That also you need to be concentrated here. You need to concentrate here. Next, coming to the quicksand condition. This is a very important question in your seepage through soil. Quicksand condition. Simply for 2 marks he may ask you state quicksand condition. What is the phenomenon of quicksand condition? Or simply he may give you as an essay question asking you what is describe the phenomenon of quicksand condition by deriving its equation by considering hydraulic conductivity and everything else. So in that way also he may twist the question, but the concept is same, deriving the formulas using the concept of Darcy's law and hydraulic gradient and continuity equations and all. So the concept remains same, but the questions may be asked in a twisted way. So if you can understand the question, it would be easy for you to solve any kind of problem. So this is what about your unit 2. So these are the points which you need to be these are the topics which you need to concentrate more for your examination point of view. Next, moving on with the next unit, which is unit 3. In this unit again you have 2 chapters. Chapter 1, stress distribution in soil, and chapter 2, compaction. Wherein chapter 1, which is stress distribution in soil, in this chapter majorly they may ask you very important question is Newmark's influence chart. Very important topic, Newmark's influence chart. So direct question they may ask you, describe Newmark's influence chart and its uses and how to use Newmark's chart. In that way also they may ask. Next topic is on rectangular loaded areas, problems on rectangular loaded areas, like a point located in between the rectangular loaded area, a point located away from the rectangular loaded area. The problems on these rectangular loaded areas are important. So in that way this topic becomes an important. Next is the different loading conditions and their stress formed at that particular location. So we have different loading conditions like point load, line load, circular load, strip load and irregular loaded areas. So for all these loading conditions he may ask you a question asking you what is the stress formed at so and so point vertically located below the ground surface and at so and so radial distance. So if you are thorough with the formulas, you will be able to identify the parameters which are given in the question, and suitable formula for the question, if you can apply it and you can simply solve the problems. So this becomes an important topic again in your stress distribution in soil. So Bosenick's theory, very important, because Bosenick's theory you may get a question asking you what is Bosenick's theory, what are the assumptions in the Bosenick's theory for a point load, and what is the equation, and the derivation of that equation also becomes an important topic here. Moving on to the next topic, you have Westergaard's theory and assumptions. Okay, so simply we have another theory in stress distribution which is Westergaard's theory, and what is its formula and what are the assumptions taken by Westergaard's theory. That thing you need to prepare here. Moving on with the next topic, which is differentiation between Bosonics and Westergaard's theory. That also becomes an important topic. Differentiation between Bosonics theory and Westergaard's theory. Few points for both the theories. What is the common difference between both the theories and all? And last important topic in this chapter is contact pressures. We have contact pressures in the form of diagrams for different types of foundations and for different types of soil mediums. So that becomes an important topic. So from this topic a theory question may be asked for 2 marks or for 4 to 6 marks. That's it. So you need to concentrate more on these important topics from this chapter. Okay, next moving on to the next chapter, which is compaction. In the compaction, it's a very small topic, so you can prepare well from this topic. You can be thorough with this topic completely. So the important topics like factors affecting compaction, laboratory test, uses of compaction and its application, problems on finding maximum dry density or maximum unit weight, dry unit weight, and the difference between compaction and consolidation, and what are the field compaction methods or what are the field compaction instruments used, and last topic is compaction quality control. So among all these important topics, the first one and the last one becomes very important, very commonly and very repeatedly asked question, so which are factors affecting compaction and compaction quality control. Okay, so as this chapter is completely a theoretical part, if you are thorough with this topics, these different topics, it would be easy for you to attempt any kind of question from this chapter. Okay, moving on to the fourth unit, which is consolidation. Right, from the consolidation chapter you can concentrate more on laboratory test on consolidation, then what are the basic definitions, and problematic part like problematic part on settlement analysis of soil, time factor, determining the coefficient of consolidation, determining the degree of consolidation, and so and so. Okay, so concentrating problematic part on these parameters: settlement of soil, time factor, coefficient of consolidation, degree of consolidation. Okay, repeatedly questions are asked on these parameters only from this unit. Next, coming to the next important topic is what is normally consolidated, over consolidated, under consolidated soils. A 2 marks question may be asked. Either they ask you define normal and over consolidated soil, or normal and under consolidated soil, or over and under consolidated soil. So vice versa, any of these three topics may be asked. And next important topic is E log peak and EP curves and EP log curves, which are nothing but void ratio versus stress or effective stress curves. Okay, so topics on these parameters, how void ratio changes with increase in the effective stress, and with respect to the log curve and normal curve, describing all these parameters need to be maybe asked in the question in your examinations. And next important topic is Terzaghi's theory. Very important topic in this chapter is in this unit is Terzaghi's theory. What is Terzaghi theory? What are its assumptions? What are its limitations? Are very important. Repeatedly they are asking you this question, this topic, for essay examination point of view, and for small questions like your 2 marks questions, short questions, they may ask you state Terzaghi's theory and what are its assumptions, or simply what are the assumptions of Terzaghi's theory. Okay, in that way also they may ask. And apart from this, some of the generalized question may be asked, like what are the importance of consolidation for civil engineering point of view, or what are the applications of consolidation in various fields of civil engineering, so and so, like may be asked. Some generalized questions may be asked. So this is what about your fourth unit, consolidation. Next, moving on with the next unit, shear strength of soil. Okay, so from the shear strength of soil, important topics like laboratory test on shear strength, and what are the laboratory tests on shear strength depending on the drainage conditions. Next is about the definitions on some of the small topics like sensitivity, liquefaction, dilatancy, critical void ratio. So these are definitions may be asked for 2 marks question. Next important topic is Morse circle its uses and its characteristics. Okay, so this question may be asked for 8 marks or for 10 marks or simply for 4 marks. What is Mohr circle, what are its uses and what are its characteristics? Okay, next important topic which you need to concentrate here in this chapter is problems on shear strength of soil and problems on shear strength of soil by considering Mohr's circle. So different kinds of problems may be asked, asking you to ultimately find out shear strength of soil, or they may ask you to find out what are the major principal stress, minor principal stress or deviator stress. Okay, so these are the parameters may be asked, or simply they may ask you what is C and phi value. Determine what is C and phi value from the given parameters. So this is about your 5th unit, and one important point I would like to mention here is concentrate on essay problems, basically on essay problems, because from this units 2 marks question and 3 marks questions or 1 mark question may be very simple. So once you read it out, it would be easily for understanding, and you can remember it for any competitive exam point of view or any other examination point of view. But if you are thorough with the problematic part, like for essay problems, because from this chapter all the part B sections will be asked direct questions, and that too for directly 10 marks or 12 marks. In that way, only one question, they won't ask A bit or B bit, they give you directly a question for full marks. So if you are thorough with the problematic part, you can simply, if you can simply solve the problems fully, there itself you get full points out of full. Okay, so I request you to concentrate more on essay problems from unit 4 and 5. Okay, so this is the point I would like to discuss here. Next, moving on, some of the points which will help you for preparations, and some of the points which will be helpful for your examination point of view, concentrating on the points especially for examination point of view, so that you would be ahead, so cracking the question paper type. Okay, based on that I have prepared these points. Okay, so the points like in your JNT examination or any other competitive examination, compulsorily one or two questions which are asked from any of these 5 units, simply from any of these 5 units, which question is like generalized question, that is not a gunshot question or that is not a direct question which is asked. So they will be asking you a generalized, very common type of question, so that wherein you require common sense to attempt that question. So common kind of knowledge is essential for you to attempt that question. And this question, if you are thorough with the subject, if you are thorough with the concepts here, if you understand the concepts here, so you can attempt these questions very simply and very easily. So the questions, generalized questions like importance of soil mechanics in civil engineering. So it is a generalized question, obviously. What are its importance in different fields of civil engineering? If this subject is not learned, what are the effects or what are the factors which we can see for the failures of different types of civil engineering structures and all. So next is about the applications. Next common example is like applications of compaction in civil engineering. That can be considered as a common question. Then discussing about the merits and demerits of different methods to determine the permeability and special applications. So different methods we have for finding out the permeability, what are their merits and demerits, and what are their special applications in soil mechanics obviously and different fields of civil engineering. Okay, next example like explain the basic mechanism of shear strength of soil, how basic mechanism occurs. So this is not a question, gunshot question, or this is not a topic in your in your concerned unit, but is asked in a generalized manner. Okay, if you are thorough with the concepts of shear strength of soil, how does it happen, and where does it happen, and what is the need of studying and everything else, then you can describe briefly about the basic mechanism and all. Next, how soils attain their shear strength. Okay, next generalized question like how soils gain their shear strength. So this is a generalized question. So these such kind of questions may be asked from any of the units of total 5 units. So you should be also ready to attempt these kinds of questions. Compulsorily, one or the two question may be asked for every question paper. Any question paper, if you pick from the previous question papers of soil mechanics subject, you can find one or the other generalized question asking in such a manner. Okay, so you should also prepare for those generalized questions also. Next important point is get thorough with any one chapter from any unit. So if you can look in from chapter unit 1 to unit 3, you have in these 3 units 2 chapters are been given. So if any question is asked from these chapters, if you are thorough with any one particular unit from these individual, sorry, if you are thorough with any particular one chapter from these units, you will be easily able to attempt any question asked in part B section. So in the part B section, if you can refer any previous question paper, we can say that we can find that part A of first question would be asked from chapter 1 of first unit, and part B, if you see or if you refer, you can see that it would be asked from chapter 2 of unit 1. Okay, in such a way they will be asking you for from each unit. So from all the 3 units 1, 2 and 3, if you are thorough with any of the chapters from these units, complete knowledge, you have completely studied, you are completely well known with those chapters, then it would be easier to attempt at least one question from this particular chapter, that particular unit. So my special and my request is to concentrate completely on one chapter fully. Concentrate on any one particular chapter from each unit fully. Get thorough with all the types of problems, all the types of questions. Any kind of question is given, you should be able to give the answer. You should be able to attempt that question. So such a way you need to prepare, and obviously all the units you may know all the units, but it is also essential to be thorough with each and every question, each and every corner of the chapter, such that you should be able to attempt the generalized questions also. In that way you need to prepare one chapter completely, and the other chapter if you can prepare partially or 80% to 90% also, if you can thorough, it would be easy for you to attempt those questions. Next important point is like concentrate on essay questions or long answer questions from unit 4 and 5. As I told just now that you need to be thorough with essay questions, long answer questions from unit 4 and 5, because from these 2 units basically the universities are asking questions, gunshot questions, like one full question. And if you are thorough with the parameters which are asked in the question, like time factor, shear strength, mode circle, if you concentrate more on that particular part, if you attempt that question, you will get complete full marks for that particular question. So I request to concentrate more on essay type of question from unit 4 and 5. Okay. Next important point is get thorough with formulas and concepts. To attempt generalized question, you should be thorough with concepts, and to attempt any kind of problematic question, you need to be thorough with formulas. Okay, remember one thing here, from this subject soil mechanics, they will not give gunshot questions from any unit. They will give a generalized question even in problematic part also. They will randomly give you some of the parameters in the question, and they randomly ask you some of the other parameters, like find out degree of saturation or find out the unit weight of soil. So some of the parameters may be given or not given. So you need to revise all your problems, all your formulas which you have prepared. From those formulas you have to arrange a formula, you need to prepare a formula, you need to extract one formula to find out the concept, any particular parameter asked in the question. Okay, from any corner, any type of models may be asked. It is not that these are the steps which need to be followed like other subjects you have. If you attempt this, use this formula, you can find out so and so parameters. It's not like that here. From the formula only, you have to again redefine the formula from the given parameters, given equation, then find out the other parameter. So likewise, they may ask you a question. So be thorough with the formulas and concepts. Last important point is practice more number of times all the problems, especially all the problems. I request you all to practice more and more to get thorough with these types of questions. So these are the points I wanted you to keep in mind before going for the examinations. And if you keep these points in mind before starting the practice sessions, it would be more helpful for you. So on the request of you all, my students, I have prepared this video specially for you, so that you can have a glimpse on what are the topics which are essential for you for examination point of view, which needed to be concentrated more. Okay, so with this I wish you very all the best, and thank you for encouraging me for preparing this video, and all the best. Prepare well, attempt well, and score well. Thank you.